What is going on, guys? Pat Damiano here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to hold the kettlebell in the front rack position without hurting your wrists. Before we go any further, are you using kettlebell complexes in your training? Because if you're not, you should be. They are one of the best ways to do fun, time-efficient, and effective full-body strength and conditioning workouts. And I'm going to make it super easy for you to implement them. Go ahead and click the first link in my description below so you can get your hands on my list of my 20 best and favorite kettlebell complexes sent directly to you for free. You won't regret it. When people hold the kettlebell in the front rack position, I tend to see them doing two things wrong. Now, the first one is holding their elbow all the way out here. Now, if you're training with dumbbells and pressing them up overhead, this is a pretty good position to be in. But the kettlebell is going to be a little different because the way it sits on our body. So we're not going to be able to treat it like a dumbbell. What I need you to do from here is pull this elbow in and down so our elbow and forearm is now sitting on our body against our ribs. The other thing we need to fix is this broken wrist right here. Now, when people are doing this, they are doing it with good intention. It feels a little bit more comfortable with the kettlebell sitting on our forearm. It's also how people tend to hold barbells, with a little bit more of a bent wrist, so they're more accustomed to it. The problem is, like I said, the kettlebell is shaped a little different and the weight is pulling us in different directions. So what I'm gonna need you to do is flex that wrist so we now have our knuckles pointed towards the ceiling. From here, we have our knuckles, wrist, and elbow in line. When we have our joints in line, we are in a strong and safe position. Now, the problem with this is, I know it's not as comfortable with the kettlebell sitting on our wrists and forearm. That is okay. This is something you will get used to and accustomed to over time. It might be a little tender in the beginning, and maybe you have a bruise or two, but I promise it is something you will get used to. This is a little bit more uncomfortable, but it is a stronger and safer position. This might be slightly more comfortable, but it is a weaker and unsafe position. When I hold the kettlebell like this, not only am I not stable, but more importantly, I have all this weight now pulling down and putting pressure on my wrist in this bent position. My wrist doesn't like that, and over time, it's probably going to give you some issues. So we're gonna trade a little bit more comfort for something that is stronger and safer. So quick recap, we're gonna pull this elbow in and down, and then flex our wrist. This is going to be the most ideal position for us to hold the kettlebell when we catch it clean, do a front squat, or press up overhead, or do any sort of overhead movement with the kettlebell, like a snatch or Turkish get-up. And that is the quick and dirty on how to properly hold the kettlebell in the front rack position. If this video helped you out, then let me know. And if you like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.